Hello YouTube, it's channel update time with Adam Savage. I'm gonna fix my eyebrows for channel update time. Got some notes. I think the big question that you never really even knew you wanted to ask was that where have my channel been all this time, these 3 weeks or so that have gone by so fleetingly in the season of the coronavirus? Where has Adam's channel been? Well, the channel's been there, it hasn't gone anywhere, but I have been in absentia. I've been gone, but you wouldn't know it because you could still watch my old hundreds and hundreds of old videos. You can just watch them over and over again every day, which I hope you're doing with your life. What else can we talk about? My last video, my Momus album review, Momus noticed it apparently, and he tweeted it and he put it on his Facebook timeline thing, and kudos Mr. Momus for all that. I appreciate it, etc. I'm looking forward to your book still. What else can we talk about? I was gonna record a Ulysses video today because it's been so long and everybody's crying in the streets because they haven't had a Ulysses video in so long, but I don't know where you're at, and maybe you can see in the BG, the background. Is this in focus? Focus on my shirt. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hopefully the audio is in focus. You can see in the background, I'm thinking of that John Mouse song, and the rain came down, 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 down. That's like the background music, except it's real rain. So unlike if I had included that song, there's not going to be a copyright notice. I thought, I don't know why I'm going to do this, but let's go through my stack of books I have here that I've been reading through. Rather than read one book front to back as a normal person would do, I have at least 6 or 7 books here that I just kind of read haphazardly as the moment strikes me. I thought I'd talk about each one. So here's a book I've been reading called The Ong, The Art of Songwriting, The Ong of Sart Writing, for complete idiots like me. And it's about songwriting, and it's pretty good. It's not great. Like, there's moments when you can skim, but when you find some good parts, it's pretty good. So if you're looking for a book on songwriting, this is one of those books that I feel like I wish I had discovered it when I was first starting to do music. It just has so many little aha points. So check it out. There's an older edition, I think. You want the newer edition with the authors are Casey Kelly and David Hodge, because the older edition I think focuses more on lyrics, songwriting, that aspect, but this one actually includes talking about music too, the notes and chords and so on. Another book I have that I crack into every now and then is called this John Clare Selected Poems. John Clare Selected Poems. John Clare is this British author that Alan Moore recommended him because I think he hung out in Northampton like Alan Moore back in the day. So interesting stuff, very naturey. Sometimes I'll sit on the back porch here at my house here in Greenland, and that's where I live, in Greenland. I'll read this. It's good. As opposed to this book, I tend to read without any kind of chemical substance in me designed to produce effect. On the other hand, this book is Lord Byron's collected selected prose or whatever poems. Another penguin book. I like how they cut off his eyes. That's how they do it in Greenland. This book I tend to only read when I'm stoned. So I have to say that I'm not liking this Byron book as much as I enjoyed Don Juan, which I talked about before in my best of last year's books. This one though is maybe it's getting better. I'm only like halfway through it. It's like 600 pages. So I'm hoping it improves a little. You get to see Byron's development, whereas Don Juan, if you just want to see Byron at his best, go for Don Juan. But unlike that, John Clare I only read he's more of a sober dude. This other book I'm reading through is called American Fantastic Tales. It's edited by Peter Straub. He wrote a book I read once called Coco that I thought was garbage, but whatever. He's the editor of this one. And I have to say, I don't like a lot of these stories. Maybe I like 25% of them, but the ones I have discovered are pretty good. There's a good story by Herman Melville, some Poe, some other authors. Maybe I'll talk about this more when I finish it and cite the ones that I enjoy more. And I may even go on to the second volume, which is from about the 1940s to the present, because even though the ones that I don't like, it's just kind of satisfying to know that in 10 or 15 pages or less, you're going to be in a different author. So maybe you'll enjoy the next story. I enjoy the historicity of each piece, and I'm looking forward to some of the stories. It's a lot of authors that I've never read before, so it's a little nice way of sampling them. Like, let me just cite a few authors that I wanted to read for a while. Well, let's see. The stories I've liked, I liked Edgar Allan Poe's, Nathaniel Hawthorne's Young Goodman Brown's all right. Herman Melville, that one's really good, The Charterist of Maids. There was a good story, The Yellow Wallpaper, I'd been meaning to read. I read that finally. It was okay. Some stories, though, I just did not care for. Robert Chambers, The Repairer of Reputations. I'd read that one before, but it was it's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll talk about it more later. But horror, I would say, is not really my cup of tea. It's I don't really feel horror movies. Definitely not my cup of tea. I just don't get scared the way I don't know. They just don't interest me, I guess. I like suspense. I like mystery. But the more horror, the more gory it gets, the less I'm interested, and the more it just kind of bores me. But this is all right. It's okay. All right, this other book, it's called another Penguin book. I like Penguin a lot. A lot of their editions, not all of them. This one, Hesiod and Theognis. It's all right. It's kind of dry. It's more of like historical interest to me, but it's real thin. So I'll be finished with this soon. And then finally, I have this complete Spanish grammar book. One thing I've been doing a lot in this coronavirus season is studying Spanish, trying to really get better at Spanish. And I think I have improved quite a bit lately, and this grammar book has helped. It can be a bit dry. One of these days I'm going to do a video talking about language learning. I love learning languages, but Spanish is really what I'm pushing, trying to get as fluent as possible, as close to fluent. I've been talking with native speakers of Spanish, mostly in Mexico, online lately. I have several language partners that I meet with regularly, and that's helped a lot. But I have a lot to say about language. I love language learning. I study a lot of different languages, but I'm putting my back into Spanish right now. This is, I don't know, I can only do so much of this at a time, but it helps a lot. And I can recommend this series. It's called Practice Makes Perfect. I don't think they came up with that phrase. Let me go back to my notes because I'm out of books. What else can we talk about? So, I talked about that songwriting book. In addition to that, I've been just started using GarageBand, and I ordered a part for my iPad so I could use MIDI directly into my iPad and record songs through that. So I'm hoping to get that down. Probably watch some tutorials soon, and one of these days maybe I'll get some music up. The music that I put up so far hasn't really been, I hesitate to call it music, the experimental music tracks. By the way, someone left a comment on one of them, and the comment was just "don't please," and thank you for that wonderful comment. But I don't really consider those music in a lot of ways. They're just like mixing. It's not really, I'm not really intentionally having a musical thought in my mind that I'm putting on the paper. It's just whatever I find, I'm mixing it. So today, if I seem kind of out of it, I didn't mention this, I was walking this morning. I usually walk every day for about an hour, and as I was walking home, well, the other day this happened too. I was walking home and I started to get what migraine sufferers, which I am, is called an aura, which is you start to see something in your eye, maybe one of the eyes or both of the eyes, and you'll see these waves or this kind of flickering or this something light flickering, and it just looks kind of weird. And it usually means that pretty soon you're going to feel pain in the form of a migraine. So I came home as quickly as I could, and I did like the things that I kind of know can help alleviate. I ate some food, I took an aspirin, and I drank some more yerba mate, which I'm drink. Take a sip now, because I know you like to watch me drink water. Anyways, so the point is, I feel kind of like dazed right now. I'm kind of half into it, half out of it. I'm kind of glad it's raining because I don't feel like I could. I still have like 15 pages of notes on the next episode of Ulysses, Wandering Rocks, and I just I don't think I'd be up for doing a few hours of recording, but I'm enjoying this, just sitting here, and I like these videos where I don't edit anything. And it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, and having notes is helpful too, but I just kind of like to get in front of the camera again. It's something you lose the practice, and you need to rebuild that inertia. So these unimportant videos where I just kind of ramble on, in some ways I enjoy them more than the more orchestrated videos. So yeah, I do intend to get back to Ulysses for Beginners very soon, that incredibly popular series which gets millions of views all the time, and I know everybody's just screaming, when are we going to get more? Well, soon, I promise, very soon, very, very soon. It is July something, maybe 11th, 12th, somewhere in there, and I think I can finish Wandering Rocks, that episode, this month. Probably Sirens, maybe Cyclops, maybe even Nausicaa. I think I can do that this month if I really put the pedal to the metal. So let's see what happens. I think I've addressed all of your chief concerns. I've been watching a TV show in Spanish called Tiempo. I think the English title is Morocco, Times of War, but I almost said the Moroccan title. The Spanish title, it's a Spain-produced TV series. The same company, I think, that did another series I watched, Grand Hotel, which is pretty soap opera-y, soap operatic, and soporific. It's Tiempos de Guerra is pretty good. It's ridiculous. You can't take it seriously, but it's short and it has drama galore, and I enjoy it. And I find that I understand the Spanish better than I haven't watched any Spanish TV or movies in a while, and I'm understanding a lot more. I'm actually, when I finish this and a few movies, I'm going to switch over to mainly YouTube Spanish channels and start watching like science. I love science, so might as well watch something and learn something at the same time rather than just endless drama, as exciting as those are. What else is going on? My last. Oh, by the way, I haven't done weed in over a month, and I don't know. I hesitate whether I should or not. Like, one of the chief reasons that I like weed is that sometimes it can help my migraines or my headaches. So I'll probably give it a try again soon for a bit. I can never do like non-stop weed or non-stop not. I need breaks in between. I find that just one or the other is not very satisfying to me, so I kind of go back and forth. And right now it's been a while, so I'll probably go back, and I think it can help me work on my writing, work on my videos. If I get in the mode, it can definitely keep me fired up and enthusiastic. So probably expect me to be less sober in my next video, whenever that may be. And what was I going to say? Oh, my hair. I'll probably cut my hair by the next video, so maybe it'll be all short again. I usually buzz it, and we'll see what happens with that. I think I've addressed everything. The only analytics, I may do a video. I have actually a lot of video notes, ideas for exciting, wonderful new videos that you can you're going to be so excited for, and I hope it'll bring millions of new subscribers to my channel. So feel free to tell your friends and family about my channel and just send them links that they'll never watch, and just talk to them endlessly about it, and print leaflets and put them on telephone poles, whatever you have to do to alert people to this wonderful channel and how they can learn things like making comics and studying James Joyce and marijuana firecrackers. I think the best, like there's been a lot of bad things about this coronavirus, obviously, like less videos from me. But I think for me, personally, the great thing about the coronavirus is that when I go out now, I have to wear a mask, and all I can say is hallelujah, however you say that word, hallelujah, hallelujah. Finally, I can walk the streets and people don't come up to me and like, hey Adam, I love your channel. Hey Adam, you're so cool. Adam, sign my tits. No, now it's like I'm nobody like you. I'm just like some insignificant person, and it's kind of relief because you don't realize being super famous, it's challenging, and it has challenges that normal people can't understand. So it's just a relief to finally have some anonymity again, and I'm kind of going to be a little sad when I have to take my mask off, and people are like, "Oh, it's Adam, cool," and I'm like, "Oh, great." So that's all I have to say for now. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.